So, morning, everyone. It's lovely to be back together. And I do often wish that we could be in person and sitting together in a circle. So, just invite you, if you are at your computer and you're able to, just to post a few words in the chat on how you are feeling today, because there is a lot that's going on. And we've been feeling deep sadness at the passing of another friend, who's a man in his mid-50s, and the loss to his family, really. So deep sadness there. And then the passing of Derek Watts yesterday, which he was really an icon and figurehead, and did so much for South Africa. And it just kind of feels unbelievable that he's not here anymore. So we've had that sadness, but then at the same time, reconnecting with some old friends this weekend and getting to know their children, who are now sort of 17 and 15. They were friends from London, and we had such fun together. And it's always fun staying at people, because it takes away the sort of pressure of having to leave and things. And we did a little karaoke where everyone passed around a phone, and everyone could choose a song, including Finn, who's 11, and his friend Tom, to all of us. And we just had such a fun evening. So, and sometimes it felt like, how could we be having such fun in the midst of sadness and loss and pain? And I think it's such a reminder that there is both in the world. And that's that the symbol of yin and yang has always been very poignant like that. It's the circle with the black and the white, and the black feeds into the white, and the white feeds into the black. And then in the midst of the white, there's a little black dot. And in the midst of the black, there's a little white dot, just to really remind us. And I think that sometimes, especially as Westerners, we don't get this. We think that there's happiness or sadness, and there's the yin yang symbol is really a symbol reminding us that there's both. There's death and there's life, and there's the masculine and the feminine, and sadness and joy, and success and failure. And it's never fully one thing. And I think, especially at this time, energetically, with this full moon, we on the waxing, growing crescent moon. So next week, Thursday, the 31st, is going to be a super moon, and the biggest super moon. So it's the strongest the moon will be, the biggest, the closest the moon will be to the earth. So the strongest pull. I mean, just know the effect of the full moon on the tides and on the oceans and on weather patterns. And then really know that a full moon, super moon, and it's a blue moon, it's the second full moon within August, is going to be so powerful. So it's a really intense time. So we sort of straddling between the new moon, the darkness, and the full moon, the light, and the intensity at this time. So it's not unexpected for there to be intense feelings and emotions, but also intense events, because nature is obviously very affected. And I went out this morning and looked at the sky. I did not want to get out of bed. I was so warm and cozy in bed, and it's still quite cold at night here. And I went out, and it was actually such a beautiful, clear morning. It was clearer than I had seen for a long time, and the stars were brilliant. And as I was just out there for just 2 minutes, there was the most incredible shooting star across the sky. And so it was just such a reminder for me, again, of the both, and it was really magnificent. So I just wanted to let you know about a couple of things before we go into our meditation. One is that if a friend of mine down here in the Midlands does these beautiful things called care boxes. So if you have someone who has received a terrible diagnosis, or someone who has, like we've had now 2 families losing their fathers, and she does these beautiful package boxes where she puts in a whole lot of meaningful gifts, appropriate. And in the one on grief, there's a little book on grief, and I'm including a little console roller for them to send. And they're just such lovely things to be able to do when one doesn't have words, and when words aren't there. So I just thought I'd share that with you. They're called the Care Box, and if you're wanting to ever know about them for friends, I can let you know. And then I've also gone a little bit, excuse shadow, down not a, but I've really been looking into castor oil packs and finding out so much around the detoxing there and how helpful it is to so many people, even just rubbing castor oil into your belly button, especially for people who have lymphedema or endometriosis or fibroids or anything like that. And then for people who are undergoing chemotherapy, before and after, to really help their body and their liver to cope and to detox so that they're not really, so it can really help their bodies to cope. So that's something I'll be talking about more in due course as well. And then finally, we're working on our next spring shed, and it's going to be coming out soon. So keep a lookout for that if it's something that you'd like to join us for. Welcome to those who've just joined us, and it's lovely to have you here. So I wanted to actually start with a specific breath, and thank you for also putting your words in the chat for those who can and are able to. It's lovely to have your voices here. So I wanted to start today actually with a breath practice, alternate nostril breathing, which reminds me of the both and, the left and the right, the masculine and the feminine. And it's a really, maybe by embracing the both, it really helps us to calm down. So I invite you to do this breath with me to start. You can rest your fingers on your third eye if you want to, or you can just hold your hand here. And what we're going to do is we're going to close one nostril and then breathing in. Let's start with the right, breathing in through the right nostril and then holding and then closing the right nostril and breathing out through the left. And then breathing in through the left again, holding, closing the left and breathing out through the right. Breathing in through the right, holding and breathing out through the left. And then breathing in through the left, closing off the left and breathing out through the right. And so we're just going to do a few more without me instructing, and I just invite you just to do this in your own time as you can. And just one more round. And then just coming to a relaxed position and just noticing how it feels in your body, bringing awareness to your body. And just dropping your gaze or keeping your eyes closed as I read to you your instructions for today. Try this. Close your tired eyes. Breathe deeply. Say thank you. Even if you're poor or sick or without hope. Let shouts and whispers speak until the hard and stern fade into a watery ripple of love. Try this. Close your tired eyes. Breathe deeply. Say thank you. Even if you're poor or sick or without hope. Let shouts and whispers speak until the hard and stern fade into a watery ripple of love. And so I invite you just to breathe deeply, taking a few deep breaths in through your nose. And as you breathe out, perhaps do an extended sigh through your mouth, an audible sigh. Just allowing a letting go in this moment, bringing yourself fully into your body. With each exhale, allowing a settling into your body, as a leaf may settle as it drifts down and lands on the surface of a pond. So following your exhale and allowing a settling into your body. And if your thoughts start to wander, just bringing them back to this inhale and exhale. And then following the exhale, right down to the soles of your feet. Breathing in and following the exhale as it moves through your body, sinking down to the soles of your feet on the earth, noticing the grounding into the earth. Noticing perhaps if the energy in your body sinks through your feet into the earth as roots of a tree may reach down into the earth. Or noticing if they just sit above the earth, separate from the earth. There's no right or wrong, it's just how it feels to you in this moment. Tracing the outline of your feet from your big toe around the second, third, fourth and baby toe, down the outside of your feet, reaching right round to the heel, outside of the heel, back of the heel, inside of the heel, to the arch of the foot, taking it all in your awareness. And then allowing your attention to drift up through your ankles, knees, to your hips and pelvis, your pelvic bowl. Noticing the points of connection with your chair or cushion, your bed, wherever you may find yourself. following the outline of the points of the connection, noticing where your body is supported by the cushion or chair, and receiving that support. And then following your attention, moving your attention, following the path of your spine as it unfolds out of the pelvic bowl. And as it reaches up towards the heavens above, to the sun, the stars, the moon, perhaps unraveling and assuming this posture of upright dignity, honoring this moment that we are in with a posture that is dignified, and noticing the strength of the spine and softness of the belly. Feeling into both in our body in this moment, strength and softness. Moving further up to your face, nostrils, head, noticing where the breath enters the body. And in your own time, following this breath as it reaches from your nostrils to the back of your throat and down into the chest. This continuous cycle of giving and receiving, of yin and yang, inflow and outflow. And then bringing your attention to settle in your heart space. Noticing how it feels in there today. Perhaps a color or texture comes to mind. Perhaps a sense of weight. Just allowing whatever you find there to be there and noticing it just with curious awareness. And perhaps there's both heaviness and hope, dark and light, loss and love. Close your tired eyes. Breathe deeply. Say thank you. Even if you're poor or sick or without hope, let shouts and whispers speak until the hard and stern fade into a watery ripple of love. And so for these last moments, we invite the watery ripple of love into our heart space. And saying thank you for this moment. Thank you for our bodies. Thank you for the love in our lives, for the joy, and then knowing that there is loss and pain. Inviting both in and holding both. It's a gentle, open hand. And then inviting this watery ripple of love to spread through our bodies. Spread from our bodies out through our extremities, our hands, our feet, boundaries of our skin, and out into the world. Perhaps connecting in this moment with people who you really want to express your love and care for at this time. Enveloping them in this watery ripple of love. So that they may feel loved, they may feel supported, connection, that they may feel wrapped in love. And then when you're ready, just taking a deep breath in again and an audible exhale, following the sounds of the singing bell back into the room around you. And when you're ready, opening your eyes, taking in the light and the colors and the space around you, taking in the faces and names, the screen in front. If you would like to, you're welcome to unmute and share some of your thoughts or experience. It would be lovely to have that, or type in the chat. I wish you a blessed day. We'll be here again next week, although I will be in St. Francis visiting my parents, which I'm so looking forward to.
That was so divine. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you for giving so generously of your time and energy. It just is the highlight of my week. So thank you so much.
Randy, thank you for your encouragement and support. I do it much for me as for anyone else, so it really feeds and nourishes me, but it does mean a lot that it adds value to your life, so thank you.
And super excited about the spring shed. Can't wait.
Yeah, we are too. It's coming together, so you'll start to see something later this week, hopefully, or early next week, September. Corinne, it's lovely to have you. Nice to have you back, Mum. Lovely to have you, Sal, next summer's our Bible study, so it's lovely to have you here.
Nice to be here too, Nikki. Thank you. It's cold and overcast here. We had lots of rain last night. So when you bring some warm stuff, because as you know, we can have 4 seasons in one day.
Yeah, just as like you're getting into spring, just reminds you that it's not that warm yet.
No, not at all. So, and Nikki, yeah, I just never hear the bell.
Oh, don't
You know,
you? It's
Mm-mm.
Zoom
So-
has Zoom has a thing where it dims out sort of background sounds, which is
Oh.
helpful in meetings, but I never know how clearly the gong or the singing bells come.
Might just in my ears, but I don't hear it. So I'm trying desperately to follow the sound, and then I have to peek to see whether
Mm.
it's finished or not.
It's good to know that, 'cause I know from when we did our course that I often couldn't so Sol doesn't either, so it's not just your ears. So it's good to know that. Then I will use other methods in future. I know from when we did our course, sometimes you could hear it clearly, and sometimes not so clearly. And it also wouldn't hear it reverberating, because for me, like when you do it live, you hear a long reverberate, and it's a form of meditation following it into the silence. But yeah, thank you for letting me know that. I will know for future. I can hear it very clearly from my side. That's good to know what you guys can or can't.
So bless you, and I'll come back and listen to the other.
Yes,
at-
it was a mindful drop where we're talking a little bit about some of this wellness week, these wellness week products.
And why I'm just doing some suggestions. You know, I know Ellen keeps on forgetting, and I she'd always like to be on. And I wonder whether you shouldn't be sending it out the night before.
Yeah, I
just to
actually
remind.
yesterday, but thank you. I will. I think it's a good idea. I'm going to try and do that. I did. Yeah.
You can forget what day it is.
Yeah, exactly.
You,
I'm
bless
sometimes
you, and so I so enjoyed it. So thank you.
Thank you.
See
Thanks. Mark. Thanks.
Bye.
Lovely to see you.